Yo, Will am here, back with another video, and this video will be completely different because instead of my regular usual laddering, I'm going to be talking about how I designed this team. I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering. You guys have been asking me questions before, and I had this team since Gen 4 or Gen 3. I don't remember, but as you can see, I have Hydreigon, Registeel, Manabuzz, Clefable, Mamoswine, Slowbone. As you can see, I probably switched out a couple of mons that you probably recognized back when I was in Pokemon Online. Like Mamoswine, I had down from before, and I upgraded, of course. I had Zatu before Manabuzz. So you guys are probably wondering like why I made a switch and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. Hopefully you guys can implement this on your own. Since you guys been a loyal subscriber and you guys been patient with me and you guys have been waiting for my videos, I might as well show you guys my little secret, especially for you guys who supported me. So without further ado, let's just start with tip number one. So tip number one is different attributes. I cannot stress how important this is because, as you can see on the screen, I have Hydreigon and Manabuzz. These are only two Pokemon that are similar in types. Of course, these two have dual types, and most Pokemon has dual types. You don't want to stick with like one type, just like Registeel. You want to kind of mix it up a little bit because then you could reap the benefit of having stab moves. For example, Hydreigon has Dark Pulse and Draco Meteor. If Hydreigon was just a Dark type, then Draco Meteor, he probably won't even be able to learn Draco Meteor, and two, Draco Meteor won't even get stabbed. So, that's why I have Hydreigon and Manabuzz together. Remember, I had Zatu before Manabuzz, and Zatu was very, very helpful, but then with the whole new generation coming out and Kartana, it became a problem, especially with Beast Boost, and then so I decided to switch into Manabuzz, which is very helpful. Hydreigon and Manabuzz are weak to Fairy and Ice, but as you can see, I have Registeel who can take care of both types. So you really want to maneuver around that. But speaking of attributes, you just really want to get as close to different attributes as you could. So as you can see, I have Slowbone who's Psychic Water, so no other Pokemon is Psychic Water. I have Mamoswine, Ground Ice, Clefable, Fairy, Registeel, Steel. As you can see, it really works wonders because these are all different attributes, so I can always switch in and out if I find a Pokemon to be threatening. So if, say, Keldeo comes in, I know Slowbone can take care of Keldeo because I am part Psychic, part Water. If they decide to send out Zapdos to a Slowbone, I could send out my Mamoswine who could take a Heat Wave. Like I could predict whether they're going to go for Heat Wave and Thunderbolt and just maneuver myself around that, or I could send out Hydreigon who resists Heat Wave, Thunderbolt. So of course, that's my first tip. You guys have to find Pokemon that have different attributes. This is very, very important. Number two tip I got for you guys is try to choose different Pokemon. Every single time I go on Pokemon Showdown and I ladder, I see the same Pokemon. I see Greninja, I see Kartana, all overused Pokemon. And nothing wrong with that. It's just when you try to ladder, it gets really, really predictable, and you don't want that. You really want your opponent to keep guessing. So if I were you, I'd try out NU, RU, UU tier. There's a reason why they are NU, UU, RU, because they are rarely ever used in the OU tier, and most people who play OU use OU Pokemon. So it doesn't really mean that the Pokemon that are placed in NU, RU, UU are necessarily weaker Pokemon. I mean, most of it is true, but it's not necessarily the case always. So definitely try them out. Definitely look at those Pokemon, and yeah. I guess my second tip as well is if you're not gonna use different Pokemon, at least use different movesets. So if you decide to stick with the OU tier and you're using OU Pokemon like Kartana and Greninja, try switching the movesets. I'm sure it would throw your opponent off, which do that, and it will definitely make an impact. You'll feel it because not only are you making Pokemon more exciting for yourself because at the end of the day, it's all about having fun with Pokemon. So experimenting, using different Pokemon, making your opponent like kind of like say what the f, that kind of reaction. So definitely use different Pokemon, or use different movesets. Number 3, which is my last tip, is what I like to call trial and error. So definitely make a team and then test it out. Just like make a team based off the attributes, based off different Pokemon, based off different movesets. Test it out, go ladder. See like your success ratio versus your failure. And if the success is higher than failure, just stick it out. And then just replace certain Pokemon that you see are the most threatening. So this is what happened to me. I'll give you an example. I stuck with this team, right? Since they started releasing the 7th gen Pokemon, I just wanted to ladder to see if this team still could get to the top. And honestly, I got as high as like 1500. But then what happened was I continued hovering around 1500, 1400 at that time with the same team, and I wasn't progressing. But then what I realized is that, I just had to find a replacement for certain Pokemon. Like, I wasn't going to switch up my entire team. I was just going to take out 1 or 2 Pokemon and replace it with something that I found threatening. So, great example is I found Cortana to be very threatening. I had Zatu be full of Mana Buzz. So, Zatu could not take a Sword Dance Smart Strike, let's say. So once my Zatu died, which was my only counter for his Cortana, because I had weak Heat Wave on Zatu, I basically lost because Cortana was fast and I didn't have anyone to kind of necessarily take him out. So I decided to replace 2 Mana Buzz, and I'm telling you, once you replace certain Pokemon, and you get high, and then you decide to, and then it helps get over that hump, then you start seeing yourself laddering higher and higher. And that's what I advise you guys to do, is don't give up on whatever team you have. Stick with it. Just switch out the necessary Pokemon based off of who is the most threatening in the higher tier, or higher ladder, and you'll do good. So just to sum it up, number 1 is to have different attributes in Pokemon. 2, different Pokemon, meaning use different tier, and you are you. If not, then just use different movesets for Pokemon in the OU tier. Then the 3rd one is what I call trial and error. So see your success ratio when you ladder versus you fail. If it's more success than failure, stick with that team. Just continue laddering up. See who's your most threatening Pokemon, and switch your Pokemon accordingly to that. So that's just my 2 cents on how I made this team. It's kind of pretty basic. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know this, but I'm just throwing it out there because in case you guys don't know, this is helpful tips. And just to sum it up, just be different, be an outlier. You know what they say. They say that those kids who are not popular in school, a lot of people who make fun of them, then they suddenly become popular and successful. Everyone wants to be like him, so be that person. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. So there you have it. That's my backstory of how I designed this awesome team. Feel free to use this team. I'm pretty much leaving on the screen so you guys could copy and paste if you guys want. At the end of the day, all comes down to how you play. So it doesn't matter like necessarily my tips, because you really have to be able to predict what your opponent is going to do. It's a lot of mind games. So guys, go out there, take over Showdown. Be different, be outlier. That's my tip I have for you guys today. Hopefully that helps. I'll be making future videos of something similar to this if you guys want. Thank you guys for all your support as always. I'll continue putting out more videos. Leave a like, support me, give me a shout out. Let's try to reach 100 subscribers by the end of hopefully this month. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.